Today, we're going to be looking at Anti-Gravity Kit 2.0, which is a way of enhancing and augmenting anti-gravity, Google Anti-Gravity for free with specialist agents. So you can, for example, plug in agents, skills, workflows, rules, better architecture, etc. This is a free GitHub. If you want to get the video notes and all the links and the resources from today, you can get that inside the AI Success Lab, along with an extra video tutorial on exactly how to use anti-gravity. And we're going to get straight into this and get it installed, okay? If you've never used anti-gravity before, it's like a free vibe coding app built by Google. It's kind of like Virtual Studio Code, except you get agents that can control your browser, and it's a lot more powerful for vibe coding apps and building stuff out. So if you want to run this, let's test it out. So you can see we're running this inside a terminal just to set up the dependencies, etc. And then you can actually run these inside the project that you create inside Antigravity, right? So let's try this out now. We've got this, for example, Tetris game that we've built with Antigravity, and we want to load in the Antigravity Kit 2.0, which is a free sort of enhancer and way to improve antigravity. So let's get this started. What we've basically done is to load this in, you go to terminal, then new terminal, and then you plug in this npx command here. All the notes and the commands are inside the AI Success Lab if you want to get access to this stuff, but essentially that's how you load this kit directly into Antigravity to make it a lot more powerful. So once you've done that, then we can test this out. So you can see, for example, you can use like slash commands, you can mention agents, you can load automatically with skills based on your task, right? And these are commands that weren't there previously. So let's try this out. So we're going to go inside, and you can see that if we put /create, we can call this command, right? So this triggers a skill. All right, so we've called create.md and we said, okay, what should we add inside here? It's giving us a list of gameplay enhancements we could add, also visual effects, and also set social and meta games, like you can see, right? And then it's actually refined a plan using the skills MD file, right? So if we go inside the folder here, you can see that we've got these new skills, right? So clean code, code review, deployment, Docker expert, etc. We have these agents, for example, backend, database, debugger, front end, game developer, mobile developer, etc. These are all new agents that we've plugged in using the Agent Toolkit 2.0. And then also we should be able to find a list of skills, as you can see here. So even stuff like, for example, behavioral modes or brainstorming, etc. We could actually say, okay, brainstorm, right? /brainstorm. And then you can actually come up with better ideas to improve the project using the new agent over here, right? So let's say, okay, give me some new ideas. And basically, if you want to enhance your workflows in a way that just makes anti-gravity 10 times more powerful, well, you can use these pieces like you can see here, right? And actually talks about the pros and the cons and how much effort would be required for each option, right? It gives us like 3 or 4 different options like you can see. And then it also gives us an overall recommendation. And this is using the new skills feature from Antigravity that just came out this week and combines it with a bunch of pre-made skills that someone's tested. And then we've loaded that into our Antigravity program, like you can see, right? So for example, it can make decisions. It can come up with examples. It uses core principles to really figure this stuff out, right? And to create better projects. So it's just going to enhance the options you get, right? So we could say, okay, let's go with that. Matt says, is it AI or the real Julian Goldie? Is the real Julian Goldie? So good to see you. And I'm glad that my AI avatar is that convincing, to be honest. So we're not at the point where an avatar can live stream yet, but I think that's coming. Give it a year or so. So you can see this is now editing the project and building out with the direction that we gave it. And there's so many cool things you can explore here. It's even got the SEO fundamentals built into the project as well. So have a look at this, right? So it's now testing the new game using the options that we gave it. So for example, it's got tips, it's got a login, it's got a leaderboard, etc. And we built this all for free using Antigravity. And now you can see that Antigravity is actually testing out the game to improve it and to see what the functionality is, right? But if we actually go back inside Antigravity here, you can see that, for example, we've even got the SEO fundamentals as a skill built into it, right? So for example, it's like SEO fundamentals, EAT, core web vitals, Google algorithm principles, right? And then it's got the principles of SEO plugged in. So you've got this SEO agent that can enhance how well optimized your website is. The same, for example, over here, if you go inside the MCP builder skill section, you can actually build your own MCP servers inside Antigravity using the same principles that are plugged into the skill MD file. So it's just a bunch of like high quality skills that have been plugged into this project, along with a bunch of core you can stack in there too, right? So if we go to the agents, you can see all these ideas right here. You've also got the SEO specialist agent too. So not only do you have the skill of actually improving the SEO optimization, but you can always call upon your SEO agent to just improve what you're building out. So let's go back to the project now. And you can see here it's edited the CSS, the JS, etc. You don't need to be technical to understand this. Like, I'm not a technical person, but I can get the agent to do the technical stuff whilst I just communicate to it in plain English. Tyrone says, what is the GitHub repo? So it's antigravity-kit. That is the repo, like you can see right here, right? This is the one that we've plugged into our project, like you can see. And if you want to get the installation instructions, you can get that inside the video notes from today, as you can see right here. And it shows you exactly how to set this up and install it using copy and paste commands. I've added the copy and paste commands here so that you can just copy and paste and steal these from me if you want to. And you can see, for example, even like little details like the faint outline on the pieces and creating a screen shake when the pieces are moved. So if we go back inside here, we can just confirm the changes and then it'll begin to edit out and improve our project. The great thing I like about Antigravity as well is a lot of people say, why don't you use Claude Code or why don't you use Bolt or something like that? I tend to find it's easier just to go back to projects. Like I can just quickly open up Antigravity, right click this, especially if I'm on a live stream, open up the folder that I've worked on recently, and then just continue to build out and improve whatever I'm creating, right? So if I've previously created, for example, a database and then deployed it to a subdomain, or for example, if I'm trying to tweak and improve the elements on the project, this is way faster and easier than if I was trying to go back through Claude and navigate to the old project, and it would take a lot more time, right? So you can see here, it's got like the next pieces inside the project. It's got the controls on the right hand side. You can see the ghost outline that is created on this piece, right? So this is the piece, and then this is the ghost outline of where the piece will land based on where we're moving it. And then we've got the scoreboard. We've also got a leaderboard inside here too. And we're just making a much better project using the skills and the agents that we've got inside here. So it's a really powerful tool, definitely worth checking out. I feel like you could spend all day just messing around with the agents and the tools and the skills and everything else, but 100% worth checking out, right? And again, Antigravity is free. Supabase is free if you want to build the database. Deployment on Netlify is free. The APIs are free. Using the terminal commands to install GitHub is free. And then all these agents are free as well. So pretty much everything inside here is free. You may say, okay, you're going to run out of API credits. I've never found that problem with Gemini Flash, so I wouldn't worry about that too. So that's basically how to use the agent toolkit. It is very powerful. It's really easy to use. I'm not technical and I managed to set it up. And then I think if you want, you can actually, I know Tyrone, you were asking about debuggers. So if you want to set up this, we actually have like this agent inside here once you've installed the GitHub, and it's a debugger MD, right? And then if you type in so the @ sign, and then type in debugger, you can actually use the debugger MD skill to just debug any problems that you have inside the project as well. So it's pretty easy and simple. And then you can see over here, we've got the playback of the video that we just tested, and it's created out that project like we said, right? So if we have a look here, it's like I've successfully verified the new features in the Tetris game. Here's the report on the visual effects, so the ghost pieces, the screen shakes, the particle effects, everything else, right? And it's fully completed like you can see, right? And how long did that take? It was super easy to do. If we go back to the project here, we can start the game, try this out, like you can see. Pretty cool. It shakes now when we pull the pieces down, right? So you can see the screen shaking, and it's got that ghost effect that we were talking about earlier, which is pretty. And then you can also check out the tip section here. And if we go back, we've got a leaderboard. And if we go and log in, you can actually log in and then save your progress, right? So you can see here, for example, we've got a leaderboard once you log in with my score, my name, the level, and you can log out if you want to. So it's pretty much full stack. And then also the game sends people to this page right here. So you can use it as kind of like a lead magnet to funnel traffic to whichever pages you want to drive traffic to. So that is exactly how to use Antigravity Toolkit 2.0, 100% worth it, free to use, quite easy and simple. What I've actually done is I've created a list of the copy and paste commands if you want to set this up. You've also got a list to all the resources inside the AI Success Lab. I've shown you the Antigravity framework and exactly how to set this up. It talks you through each of the skills and what you get inside this GitHub and how it actually works. And then I've also given you a 30-day implementation plan. So if you really want to master this stuff, you can just follow this guide step by step for 30 days and really master it. Some people say I need to be technical to use AI agents. I would say that's the old belief, and it's not a belief really anymore. Remember when everyone thought you needed to be like a professional chef to cook good food? Then meal kits come along, pre-portioned ingredients, step-by-step instructions, and suddenly like anyone can make restaurant quality meals at home. And I feel like that's exactly what's happened here. You've got Antigravity Kit 2.0, which is basically the meal kit for AI development inside Antigravity. And you don't need to understand how neural networks work, right? You don't need to write complex prompts. You don't need to be a developer. You just install the kit with one command, mention whichever agent you want by typing in the @ or a / command, and then you're done, right? And the system handles the complexity behind the scenes. So you can be a complete beginner and then build like full stack applications in days, not months now. And the new belief really is like technical knowledge is built into the AI agents. You just direct them on what to do. And the agents know how to code, debug, optimize, and deploy. Your job really is to tell them what to build, not how to build it. That's a shift. You're the architect, they're the construction crew, right? Other people say AI agents are just fancy chatbots, but here's what most people miss, right? Generic AI chatbots are like having one assistant who's okay at everything, but not great at anything. Anti-Gravity Kit gives you 16 specialists who are great at specific things. It's a difference between having a jack of all trades versus building a specialized team. So, for example, at my SEO agency, I don't have one person handling SEO, content, design, development, and client management. That would be crazy, right? I have specialists focus on their domain, and that's how we can help like hundreds of clients, right? The same principles apply here. It's like you've got the front end specialist who doesn't know back end architecture. And that's the point. It focuses 100% on creating stunning UIs, right? You have all these different agents that just specialize in one thing. And when you have that, you get exponentially better using those specialist agents rather than one generalist AI. The new belief that's going to empower you and help you win with this stuff is like specialized agents work together and outperform generic AI by 10x. So stop using one AI for everything and start orchestrating specialists using these AI agents instead, right? And then also some people say, well, setting up AI automation takes too long, right? But literally all you do is you type in this command. Like, it's as simple as that. And then 60 seconds later, you have 16 agents, 40 skills, and 11 workflows to use. No configuration, no setup, no complexity. So you just install and start building. And that creates leverage as well. So, the new belief really here is like the fastest systems work. You can deploy in seconds, not weeks. And the speed of implementation matters more than perfection. So just get it running and then optimize later. So you can get free access to this video tutorial on anti-gravity, plus all the resources from today inside the AI Success Lab. This is an amazing community that connects you with 46,500 people like you can. And if you want to learn how to win with AI, if you want to join a community of people who are serious about building with AI, if you want to learn how to automate your business and save time and scale, just like I have with AI automation, then you can join the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description, or just go to aiprofitboardroom.com. You can ask any questions you have inside here. You can see it's a very active community where we share, learn, and win together. You can also see that it's not just me that's winning with this, right? So you can see all these people just sharing their wins, sharing what's working for them, sharing what they're building, etc., inside the Profit Boardroom, which is amazing. And then also, if you ever get stuck, you can jump on live coaching calls. So just jump on the call live. You can see the calendar right here. This changes depending on your time zone. And then you can jump on the calls, ask any questions you have, and get help and support whenever you need it. Top of that, we have a 6-week AI automation masterclass that shows you how to go from beginner to expert with AI in just 5 weeks, plus how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. You'll learn all of my best playbooks and systems for building and automating with AI. Additionally, you will get a course on how to land more clients based on what's working for me, recordings of my coaching calls, like you can see. You can also learn how to rank #1 inside AI and search engines. And also you get a 6-week roadmap on exactly how to grow and scale a YouTube channel. So that's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments description, or just go to aiprofitboardroom.com. Tarek says, amazing, always happy to help. And then says, I love using local LLM anyway to integrate to Antigravity, sometimes poor internet. Yeah, 100%. So here's what you do. So it's like you're using, because Antigravity is just like virtual studio code, right? And so what you can do is you can run these local extensions inside Antigravity, right? So for example, Klein, which you can see right here, allows you to run local LLMs using, right? So you run the local LLM with, and then inside your settings of Klein, you can set up Olama to run. Let me show you how to do that. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go to settings, API provider, type in Olama, and then inside Olama, you just set the model that you want to use, right? So for example, Gemma 4B, we could use that. And then we can run Olama inside Antigravity and just build out using Olama, right? You can see we've got the local model set up in the settings on the left-hand side here. So you use the power of Klein inside Antigravity to help build out your project, even whilst you're offline or even whilst you don't want to spend API credits. So that's one of the best ways to do it. Because if you're using, for example, the APIs inside Antigravity, they're great, but they're cloud run, right? So you can use the local ones inside Klein instead. Orlan says, this AI avatar is getting out of hand. It's really me here. Don't worry, peeps. And then you can see Esther says, how is Claude included into Antigravity? All right. the way that you can use Claude inside Antigravity, there's a few options, right? I'm going to show you the best ones. So if you open up the chat here, you can actually use Claude Sonnet 4.5 thinking and Claude Opus 4.5 thinking inside the chat right here. So you can switch between these APIs and you can use Claude for free directly inside Antigravity chat, right? And you can use that for both fast and planning, right? As you can see right here. So that's one way you can use Claude. The other way that you can use this is if you go inside terminal here, right? So you type in new terminal. We're going to open up the terminal, which you can see at the bottom. So just drag this up. You can drag it up and down like that. And then from here, you would just type in whichever model you want to use. So if you want to use Claude Code, for example, you would just type in Claude inside the terminal here, and then you can start using Claude to enhance your project as well, right? So you've got two different options. And then, of course, you can always use Claude inside some of these extensions as well, like Klein, but I think you're better off just using it inside either terminal to get the full power of Claude or inside these APIs like you see right here.